everyone, it's Melissa with another craft activity for you. Today I thought I'd show you how to make paper tube rain sticks. This is a fun activity that is very hands-on, is very creative. You can use a whole bunch of different materials, whatever you have on hand. It's a really great universal activity. So let's get into the materials list. It's kind of a long list, but only because you have multiple choices for what you'd like to use. The first thing you're going to need is a paper tube. I have here just a paper towel tube. You can use, if you have them lying around, toilet paper tubes. If you have the paper tubes that come in like plastic wrap or aluminum foil that are in the middle there, if you have those are really sturdy tubes for using for this. Just basically any paper tube you have that's gonna not get all crinkled and rolled up and non-usable. You're also going to need something to put into the tube. I have here some birdseed. You can also use dried beans, rice, plastic beads if you have them around, things like that, something to make the noise in the tube. You're going to need something to kind of help whatever you put in your tube make that noise. I have here some pipe cleaners. You can also use like craft wire if you have it, or crumpled up pieces of tin foil, something like that. I'm going to decorate my tube with paint today, so I have some paints here. You can also color it with markers, you can stamp it, you can cover it with colored paper. Whatever you'd like to do is totally fine. You can leave it like this if you want. It's up to you. And then the other things you're going to need are something to cover the ends. I have here these cute little fabric swatches with cupcakes on them. You can also use paper or anything that's laying around the house that's kind of malleable that you can use to cover the tube. And then you're going to need something to attach it to the tube with. I have here just a couple elastics. I find that's the easiest thing to do, particularly if you're trying to hold the tube and wrap it at the same time. If you want, you can also use yarn, string, embroidery floss, whatever you want. You can also use that to decorate it after it's tied. Again, it's totally transformable to what you feel like doing. So those are all of the materials that I have here, and with that, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is decorate my tube. For me, that means I'm going to be painting it, so I have my paints out already. I also did throw on an apron and cover my workspace with newspaper just to keep the mess as contained as possible. Basically, I'm just going to paint it and wait for it to dry, and then I'll be able to move on to the next step. It's been a little while and the paint on my tube is totally dry, so now it's time to do the next step, which is blocking off one end of the tube so that I can put in my pipe cleaners and my birdseed. So to do that, I'm going to take one of my material scraps. I'm going to put the tube on it while the tube is standing up to make sure that there's material all the way around so that when I secure it, it's not going to leak birdseed. So then once I do that, I'm going to take one of my elastics and I'm going to use it to hold the material on the tube without any holes where birdseed can leak out. So it's going to look like that. And then you're ready to roll your pipe cleaners or your craft wire or tinfoil, whatever you're using, in the tube. For me, I'm using pipe cleaners, and what I did was I just take a pipe cleaner and I just rolled it around my finger to kind of make a corkscrew shape. And then unwind it a bit. And the idea behind this is that it's going to catch, in my case, the birdseed. It's going to be whatever you put in the tube. It's going to catch it so that it helps it bounce around and make noise. So I'm going to use 2 pipe cleaners today. You can use more than that if you want. It's really up to you how you want to do it. See what works for you. But they're going to go right in the tube. And then I'm going to take my birdseed. I'm going to take probably about a handful. I have some large pieces in there like sunflower seeds and corn, along with some smaller seeds. I'm going to try and do this over the container so I don't make a huge mess. And I'm just going to pour maybe a handful, a little bit more than a handful, in there. You don't want to totally fill it because you want to have room for it to move around. And once you've done that, you're ready to close off the other end. So you're going to take your other fabric, in my case fabric scrap, your other material that you're using to cover it, and do the same thing. Make sure it's covering it all the way around. Take your other elastic, wrap it around the tube and the material so there are no holes, like this. And that is your rain stick instrument. Alright, so that is how you basically make a rain stick with a paper tube. Like I said before, if you want to keep decorating it, you're more than welcome to. You can glue things on the front, you can paint more after you're done if you want to add some more stuff. If you want to cover these elastics on the end with yarn or string to make it more decorative, you're more than welcome to as well. But basically, that's it. You just shake it back and forth, and there's a way to do it so it sounds like rain. You can also just shake it like this. It sounds like a maraca. So that is the craft video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you soon in my next craft video, and thank you for watching. Bye!